is William, hopefully your favorite videographer from Two Hats Publishing. I welcome you to another Two Hats special of community events. Let's look in and see what's really happening.
Good afternoon and welcome to Lambda Weekly. I'm Dave Taffet and I'm here in the studio with Lerone Landis and the extremely early Patti Fink, but she got a ride with Erin. Welcome, Erin.
Actually, Patti drove. I was just like, are we going yet? Are we going yet? Are we going yet? So.
Yeah, I can imagine that's your life.
Mm-hmm. A lot of it. And
the fact that you have two cars. I was expecting you not to come together because... Anyway, Erin... very often is our guest during Pledge Drive, and we appreciate that. And it is Pledge Drive, and we are about halfway to our show's goal, which is always a good position to be in, second week of Pledge Drive. Station is about halfway to its goal, and that's also very good because the number that they gave us doesn't include all the weekend show money that was collected. They did real well on the gospel show this morning. Usually a couple of the overnight shows do real well. But we need to do real well, too. 972-647-1893 is the number to call. That's 972-647-1893. Patty, you have a special ticket giveaway, don't you?
Yeah, special ticket giveaway is for Liz Fair with Speedy Ortiz for Friday, September 28th at the Granada Theater, 3524 Lower Greenville in Dallas. The doors open at 8. The show starts at 9. We have a pair for a pledge of $60. Get you a pair of tickets. A $90 pledge gets you a pair of tickets and a T-shirt, hat, or an apron. So give us a call. That's $60 for a pair of tickets, $90 for a pair of tickets to see Liz Fair with Speedy Ortiz at the Granada, plus a T-shirt, hat, or apron. 972-647-1893. 972-647-1893.
And Lerone, you have some tickets too, and these are gay tickets.
Yeah, they are. You know, every year, every Pledge Drive, we talk about how good it is to become one of the elite music sponsorships. Mm-hmm. And this one is just great. And you can get an elite music sponsorship for $500. And it's going to come with a pair of tickets to see the one and only Katie Lang. And that will be on September 23rd. So it's coming up.
Woo-hoo! So in addition to all the shows, the KNON shows that you get to, like the Blues Festival and the Jazz Fest, yep. And give me what some of the others are. Why am I blank all of a sudden?
The Mardi Gras Party.
Mardi Gras Party and the Gumbo Party, right. And most of those come with food, so tickets to any of those are worth like about $75 to $100 for a pair of tickets. And actually more than that because they all include food. This one, you get your tickets to every single KNON event plus a pair of Katie Lang tickets. That's for a $500 pledge. 972-647-1893.
We call those lesbian high holy days.
What, Katie Lang?
Katie Lang or Melissa.
Now I want to make sure that everybody understands this is Katie Lang, the singer, not Katie Lang, the county clerk, who is still not issuing marriage licenses in Hood County.
Yeah,
right.
not her.
The Canadian dyke.
She doesn't. We don't know if the clerk sings or not.
Don't know if she sings, but I do know that she still does not issue marriage licenses. I talked to the guy who's running against her, and he's just former bank executive who lived in Richardson, and when he retired, he moved out to Hood County, and he heard that she wasn't issuing marriage licenses, and it's the only county in Texas that isn't. The county is, but she's not. The only county clerk who isn't, who has decided doing her job is not part of her job. He just got pissed. So he was retired, and he said, if this is my county clerk's office, not that they get that many same-sex marriage license requests there. If this is my county clerk's office, I'm going to do my job. So, not that Katie Lang.
Right.
Yeah. The Katie Lang who sings.
This would be the Grammy award-winning lesbian.
That Katie Lang.
That's a dumb question. Have you all seen Katie Lang live before?
Yes.
Yeah, you're right. That's a dumb question.
And they're talking about Katie Lang, the singer, not Katie Lang, the county clerk.
Multiple times.
Right.
I want to go back to Liz.
I've only seen the county clerk one live.
Are you done with that?
No.
Okay.
For a $500 pledge, 972-647-1893. That's
972-647-1893. Come on, call and get those tickets to go see Katie Lang, the singer.
Now, we do have a guest, so let's defer to our guest because
You can
we would
defer to
never...
my guest, to your guest. I want to talk about Liz Phair for a second and
Yes.
these tickets. This is the 25th anniversary of her. I think it's one of the top 500 albums of all time, ranked thing of Exile in Guyville, which was just a feminist manifesto in the early 90s. And it was, I heard, I had never known this, but I heard an interview with her, and she did that record, Exile in Guyville, as a response to the Rolling Stones' Exile on Main Street, which was so male, like, I'm going to go pick up some women, I'm going to have sex with them, I'm going to do all this stuff, and it just made her so mad that a friend of hers challenged her to do a musical response, and that's how she recorded Exile in Guyville. So, like I said, it's the 25th anniversary this year, so if you want to go see Liz Phair at the, where? Kessler?
The Granada.
Granada, excuse me, the other great music venue. Call in with the pledge to 972-647-1893. How's that for a guest? I'm plugging y'all's stuff.
Yeah.
She's so good.
I know,
She's
right?
a font of lesbian information
Well,
and
listen-
music and theater.
I was going to say, Liz Phair is not a lesbian, but she was a feminist and a hero to a lot of women at the time who were going through the early 90s with big hair and misogynistic bosses. A lot like today.
Yeah, things have changed so much. They've changed so much. It's so good to know that we're not having a Nazi march in front of the White House.
Right.
A Nazi pro-Trump rally and march in front of the White House today.
It's almost like McCarthy lives.
Any
And
comments
George
on...
Wallace.
George Wallace, yeah.
Any comments on this Nazi march?
Just that it'll probably be a huge failure.
Well, I hope.
Yeah,
We all hope that.
yeah.
It's amazing what this president has allowed or enabled to bubble to the top of the septic tank.
But there are good people on both sides.
On many
On many sides, many
On
sides.
many
Because there are
sides,
so
David.
many sides to the issue of
White supremacy?
and Nazism. Yes.
Well, but see, here's the ironical thing. They can't even agree. They can't agree on what that means or who's right about their tactics.
Well,
or-
because when you hate people,
yeah,
because that's what it's based on.
right.
When you hate people, some people forgot to hate certain other groups.
Right.
And so it's a matter, I guess, a contest of how many groups do you hate and then how many groups do you hate?
It kind of reminds me of the religious right, to tell you the really kind of not gentle truth. It's like, well, these criteria will get you into heaven. No, my criteria will get you into heaven. No, my criteria, and they don't like anybody else who doesn't agree with them. Well, wow, that sounds familiar.
Now, I'm sure, Lerone, you have nothing to say about white supremacy. Or
Nothing at all.
I didn't think you would.
Nothing at all.
Okay.
But I did see it interesting, and I thought, I don't know, is this fair or not? Have you heard that the Metro has said that up in D.C. they are not going to allow white supremacists to take
Yeah, they backed off on that, though.
they
To take what?
to take the train.
How can they prevent them?
I don't know how they could.
I mean, they might prevent them from demonstrating on the trains. I could see that,
Or giving them a discount or something. But yeah, but yeah, no, they can't prevent them. Yeah,
Yeah,
they
they-
backed off on that.
I
I
thought
think,
that was interesting.
yeah.
Here's my experience with that kind of hate. I went to see Donald Trump Jr. last year when he was in town. UNT had brought him in, and they banned journalists from the event, so I went. And somebody...
Jewish gay journalist went.
yeah.
Yeah, good job.
Thank you. But the reason I went or was able to go was somebody from UNT who was coerced into buying a table at this event. She didn't want to say that she gave a ticket to a journalist who was specifically banned from the event, so she gave it to a friend of mine and happened to mention that I might want to go with him. so she didn't give me a ticket.
No.
A friend of mine asked me if I'd like to go along. So when I was writing up the event, and by the way, he was the most disgusting speaker I've ever heard. The best example that I hope everybody understands is when he was talking about how he built a hotel chain with no help from anybody.
Oh, wow.
Right.
Yeah, I bet.
Really?
So anyway, as a joke, in this article, I said he got a standing ovation and I took a knee. Well, some of the comments I got on that one comment about how unpatriotic, how disgusting, how, and then using some words that I can't use on the air, unbelievable.
How is not...
And they were racist. I mean, the people who were writing this to me were assuming that I was black.
Well, how is not giving a standing ovation to a public speaker who is not an elected official?
It was the taking a knee.
I know, but how is that unpatriotic? I can understand it.
We're talking about Nazism.
Disrespectful or
You're thinking with too much common sense.
Well,
I know the English language and definitions.
You're also talking about Nazism here,
Yeah.
and if somebody didn't salute Hitler, they would have been shot. We're talking about that type of.
But even Hitler was like, in power. Donald Trump Jr. is not anything. He's a sperm that got lucky. I mean.
Well, there you go.
You know, one thing that I've learned is when you're talking to people who are so blinded by their ideology sometimes, we're not talking to each other. So your arguments are not, I don't want to say they're not valid. They're not what they're saying. It's not how they're thinking. To them, just the image of taking a knee has to do, it came from their racist minds that the football players who are taking a knee to protest injustice to blacks in this country, they think that's not patriotic.
Taking a knee is automatically disrespecting the flag.
Automatically disrespecting
even when there's
the
no flag around.
Even when there's no flag around.
Which, by the way,
So how do they pray?
That would be different.
But isn't this, the veterans told them, a group of veterans told them, how could they, Colin Kaepernick said that he wanted to protest the racist brutality from the police and other issues, and he went to a veterans group and asked them how best he could do that, and how, without disrespecting any American icon like our flag or our national anthem, and they told him the best way to be respectful is to take a knee.
there's a lot of Kaepernick and the other players who are taking a knee. They got a lot of support from military individuals. It's the people who aren't in the military who've made this an issue. Which, by the way, the NFL Players Union has filed an official lawsuit against the NFL about the kneeling.
Really?
Awesome.
Good for them.
This has happened within the last 2 days.
Yeah.
Good.
And, the U.S. Supreme Court has already ruled on the issue of standing several times.
Of burning the flag,
Of
even.
burning the flag, you can't force someone to do it. So I would say this is an easy one that the NFL would win. I mean, the NFL Players Union would win, but we got a different court up there now. So
Yeah.
who's going to see what's
And you know
gonna
what's
happen?
crazy? I think this is just insane, and this is where their heads are. Trump the other day said that he thinks that this is a great issue to lead Republicans into the midterms.
What?
The kneeling on the football field.
Because it's so important.
But is that why we elect people? Because they agree or disagree with that?
And when I say this is so important, when it's not important for elected officials. They're not elected to tell me how I should behave as long as I'm not hurting anybody else. Right. It is an important issue, and if they want to go for that one, I say go for it.
So it's okay for NFL players to be sexually assaulting
Yes.
women, to use drugs and alcohol
Yes.
to abuse,
Yes.
to torture dogs.
Yeah.
All that's fine.
Well, torture dogs, he was...
He was convicted. Was he?
Well,
he was absolutely convicted.
Okay, yeah.
And did his time.
Okay.
and then came back to the NFL.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
Right, but that's okay.
That's okay.
Just don't express your freedom of
Speech.
Right.
by taking a knee during the anthem.
Or
And your solidarity with
Wow.
people who are actually suffering on a daily basis from a very real injustice.
I'm telling you, though, my little line that had to do with
Taking a knee for
taking a
Donald Trump.
knee when Donald Trump Jr. came on, and they had been disrespectful. The president of UNT was disrespectful, introducing him. He talked about fake media. I wrote to him 5 times asking for an apology. Crickets. I think he should be thrown out of that university. I mean, so disrespectful. Everybody around him, they were just, it was the most disgusting. No, not cringeworthy. I wasn't cringing. I left that place furious. It was the most disgusting speech I've ever heard from somebody on that level. I'm not calling him an elected official, but somebody on that level who puts himself out there as a public figure. Disgusting.
You mean except for the speeches that Trump's been giving?
You know, my grandmother used to say the apple doesn't fall far from the tree.
Right.
And that's a great example. But the racist comments that I got, yeah, I can only imagine somebody who deals with that on a daily basis.
Right.
I halfway expect
Unbelievable.
Trump to walk out on the balcony of the South Portico and do the, raise his arm in the air.
It's gotten to that level because he expects it.
Well, they're fine people on many sides, y'all. Y'all are forgetting that.
Yeah, but there's one side that there aren't some fine people on. 972-647-1893 is our number. It is Pledge Drive. We have, for $500, I love that one. You get tickets to the Katie Lang concert in September, and you also get tickets to every KNON event through the year, and there are about 40 of them. You'll make your money back on that if you go to 3.
Yeah.
But
And you'll have a good time.
and have a good time.
I mean,
It's not a matter of making the money back, but it's a matter of...
It's a lot of
Because
fun.
you did that one year.
Yeah, Patti did, and I happen to be a beneficiary of it. We just show up. Our name's always on the list. You decide at the last minute to go. Hey, I'm here. Okay, great. You get in.
Twice I went to the to concerts at the American Airlines Center last year. That was one night, $500.
Really?
Tickets plus parking. Oh yeah.
It had to be Gaga.
No, it was Monsters, Bruno Mars, Monsters, Janet Jackson.
Oh yeah.
I mean, yeah, that ate it up in one night. So this over a whole year, that's a deal.
Some really great local music. And I mean, that's on local. Katie Lang, although the lesbian in me is cringing because they capitalized her name and she doesn't.
She does not.
But you get Katie Lang tickets. $500 gets you that and every concert event that KNON does. It really is a great bargain if you can afford to do it.
972-647-1893. 972-647-1893. If you can't afford those, we have Liz Fair tickets. When's she appearing?
Friday, September 28th at the Granada. $60 for a pair of tickets. $90 get you a pair of tickets and a T-shirt, hat, or apron.
And let's listen to the station telling us to pledge.
This is Rollins Gilliland, and I'm listening to Lambda Weekly on 89.3, and darn glad to be doing it.
And this is Lambda Weekly. I'm Dave Taffet here in the studio with Lerone Landis and the late Patti Fink. And the early Erin Moore put them together, and we have the on-time Patti and Erin.
Yep. We average each other out in a lot of ways, actually.
Yes, you do.
We do.
Height, time. That's about it.
You're nearsighted, she's farsighted, so it works. It works.
One of our this is a couple thing. One of our smallish arguments on the way in here was about the definition of princess parking. Rockstar parking, princess parking.
Yeah.
She parked right in front and said, "Oh, I got princess parking." I'm like, "There's no one else here. It cannot be princess parking. It's princess parking if it's the last parking spot right in front of the door."
I said, no. I said I could park on the other side of the walkway and it would still be princess parking. She's like, no, you have to have this other condition.
When there's nobody else in the parking lot, it's not princess parking.
But you parked on the sunny side of the parking lot. I'm in the shade.
Wait, I made note of that to Erin. I said, see, David said the
I always
shade.
took princess parking is closest to it's closest to the door.
Yeah. Exactly.
But so even if there's nobody else in the parking lot, if you park way over there, you still got to walk a while.
Yeah.
But right here, that is Princess Park.
Okay, so you agree with Patty. I don't agree with
Okay, so
Patty.
I'm going to take Erin's side on this one. And if you'd like to weigh in on this issue, it is Pledge Drive, 972-647-1893. That's 972-647-1893.
Josh could be the tiebreaker.
Oh, he doesn't get involved in these kinds of things.
He's a wise man, let me tell you. That's for sure.
He's not going to get between two lesbians.
One of our longest lasting debates was whether it was Dag Nabbit or Dab Nabbit.
Dag.
Wait a second. And so, what do you think? 50-50 a lot of times. And so we finally asked former Representative Harriet Earhart, and she came up with a third option. We're like, well, great. Now we've got
She says, I've always said dang nabbit. And I'm like, that's no help, Harriet.
That's too funny.
You were doing a phone bank or a...
We were doing a texting bank yesterday for a certain political party. And we were using an application that fires out the messages efficiently. And then we were taking responses as they came back,
And people were actually surprised when a real human being answered them back. It wasn't just like a triggered script or something.
And our basic question was, will you, can we count on you to vote, right? And the responses from the Trump supporters, they were all priceless. But we had a lot of them that said, I'm a Republican, but I'm going to vote Democratic in November. But this one was especially colorful. And this is from a responder who said, pushing for Democrat votes in Dallas, it's Democratic. He says, my opinion, time would be better spent doing anything. Like anything other than what you're doing. Training to be a pirate. Start a bobsled team in Africa. Kill ants with a magnifying glass. I'm just trying to help.
But it was fun. It was a good event. And there was
We contacted over 100,000 voters in Dallas County.
I got one of those a few weeks ago, and I wrote back and I said, I'm a reporter and I cannot attend. I think it was to make a donation, and I can't donate to any political organizations or candidates. Either that or it was to attend a fundraiser.
Yeah.
That's what it was. So as a reporter, I don't attend political fundraisers. Well, maybe you'd like to do... I said, I'm a reporter and I cannot attend any political fundraisers. Third time, well, we thought maybe just... I said, yes, that would get me fired. Why do you want me to lose my job?
Yeah. I mean, it's a mixed bag kind of thing, but...
and it's okay that they invited me.
Yeah.
I get invited by candidates, and all the time I say to them, as a reporter, I can't go to your fundraiser. Good luck with it, And they understand. But this one was persistent. And so I finally ended it by saying, remove me from your mail list.
Yeah.
It was for a candidate that I'm going to support, but you know what? What story am I telling right now?
Right, yeah. There are some of these programs, I mean, it's still kind of new-ish technology that, depending on your response, it triggers a different response. But why this was so cool was it was actually coming back to us as people. So we were having actual conversations.
And this
with
was
people.
going to an actual person.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Then that was just.
This was one of my favorites because I think it's just going to live on, certainly in our home vernacular. If they said they were supporting, we would say, "Would you like some yard signs?" And this person wrote back, and this is the world of autocorrect, people. I live in an appointment. And Erin said, I live in an appointment too.
I do. I live in appointments every day. So, but it was a fun event. It was a good event. It's a good new way to reach voters, and it can be annoying, but it's not any more annoying than getting all those postcards or emails or phone calls. So.
And this one, you're not interested. You just don't even respond to it.
You don't respond, and it puts the power back into the person that we were contacting. I know. Lerone's waving an imaginary thing.
There's a bug flying.
I always feel so crazy when I do that, but you're not going to do it. There's a bug flying in your face.
Now it's flying around you.
Yeah.
skipped Erin. She's the one sitting in the middle.
Yeah.
So, not on this side of the. So I'm just looking at these two crazy people who are.
Well, it's like you used to be able to tell people who were having mental issues until Bluetooth came out, and now they just talk to themselves.
Amen.
So, well, I know how to tell crazy people. They're sitting across from me. This is Pledge Drive, 972-647-1893. That's 972-647-1893. Knon has lots of monthly expenses. Big salaries, that's not one of them. Fancy studio, that's not one of them. But we do have a very nice studio. We just signed a new 3-year lease here, which is wonderful because moving would be a big expense.
Yeah, but y'all need to vacuum every now and again, man. Have you seen these floors?
So if you'd like to vacuum, the number
Yes,
here is
donate for a vacuum.
972-647-1893. That's 972-647-1893. And that's the number, actually, to make a pledge. You can also pledge online by going to knon.org and click the Pledge Now button, and up will come a list of our pledge premiums, and we have lots of them. For a $50 pledge, you can get one of our new Knon T-shirts. It comes in men's sizes and women's sizes. The men's T-shirt is on. They're both a heather gray, but the men's has a red and black logo on it, and says on the bottom, celebrating 35 years of DFW community radio. The women's shirt is pink, black on gray, and so you can get either the men's sizes, the women's sizes. If you're a woman, you can certainly order the men's T-shirt.
I was about to say, you can get it whatever one you want.
If you're a man, you can order the women's T-shirt if you'd like that, whatever you like. We don't care.
We got it.
We do care. We care that you call. Ms. Moore.
1893. Call and get one of those T-shirts.
Ms. Moore.
Can I tell you how annoyed I am that the women's shirt is in pink? I mean,
Yes,
seriously, people.
It's so cliche.
Gender
Okay, what do you want me to?
stereotyping.
What do you want me to call it? The
It is in
gay
pink.
shirt?
No, it isn't pink. You're right. But why? Why not just make it red like the guys?
To distinguish it.
Pink too.
Yeah, make the guys
Why
pink.
that? Thank you. Ah!
Your comments will be passed along to station management. God, Lerone, don't you hate when we have a guest who opens her mouth like that?
Pushy feminist guy.
Pushy feminist. 972-647-1893. That's 972-647-1893. You know what show was on after Lambda Weekly? After or before? I don't remember. When we first went on the air in 1983? A women's show that my friend Marcy, who was one of the people who started the North Texas Food Bank, she was the host on that. She passed away a few years ago, but a friend of mine from college who moved down here same time I did.
We don't have a women's show now.
We don't have a women's show anymore.
With this pink, women's tea, maybe we,
So let's just start one.
that would be a fantastic idea.
We can call it the Me Too Show. And just list all the egregious things that happened to us during the day that you guys never even have to think about, like pink T-shirts.
We just have
Lerone,
a Festivus pull around year
Lerone,
round.
would you wear that pink T-shirt?
I sure would.
I sure would too. I'm going to change my order to get mine in pink.
Actually, I wouldn't wear that one specifically because it is made a little different.
Well, it is. It's a shorter sleeve.
Right.
Why is that, too?
Yeah.
Well, because not everybody's as tall as you are. Some people
it's got nothing
are
to do
little
with height.
shrimps
Yeah,
like
they got
Patty.
nothing to
It's
do
got
with
to do with
height.
height. Women's shirts are just made different. I don't know why, but they are.
And they usually have a plunging neckline. Thankfully, this one
exactly.
doesn't, but it does have the shorter
It does
sleeve.
have a shorter
I don't
sleeve.
know why they're made different.
Because some people, Patti Fink, have shorter arms than some taller
no,
people,
no,
Erin
no,
Moore.
no.
That has nothing to do with it. It's always a different style.
It's a different style.
And that angers me.
Yeah.
I was going to say the P word, but I'm not.
Believe me, I've had 9 years of now getting used to little girls' clothes. They're made different.
Yeah, they are. And it's just insane. And you know who makes those decisions?
Yeah.
Men.
Yeah.
Guys that don't want us to have pockets.
Yeah.
I'm going to go back to my pocket debate.
There are no pockets on any of our shirts.
Women not having pockets is the quintessential example of men making fashion decisions for women.
Because, Erin, you always carry a pocketbook. Oh, wait, that's Josh.
Yeah.
I get confused in this studio.
You should.
Not that there's anything wrong with the cut of a woman's shirt or a typical woman's
Well, they're
shirt.
saying there is something
But I
wrong
just don't
with
like
it.
the way it feels because I ordered one once.
And I don't like the way it
I don't
feels
like the way it
either,
feels.
and that should be
So
taken into
orders a
account.
men's
I
shirt.
did. I went back to ordering a men's shirt.
I wear I wear
Lerone,
mostly.
don't you love when our guests drive us totally nuts?
I mostly order. It doesn't happen very often because usually you're driving your guests nuts. I almost always order the men's stuff, and I get called sir on a regular basis because of it. I'm like, are you effing kidding me? Because of how my sleeves look, you're going to call me a guy?
I don't.
Yes,
you
because
have mentioned that in all seriousness.
men's
you've
sleeves.
mentioned that before. I don't know how anyone misgenders you.
Thank you, but they do. I am sirred on the daily, and that
Seriously?
yeah. I don't have big hair. I don't wear makeup, and I don't wear women's cut T-shirts.
But there's the one obvious giveaway.
My big boobs.
Thank you. I wasn't going to say it. I mean, seriously.
As I euphemize mine,
Right?
my girls.
The girls. Well, Erin's got a set of girls too, and so and they're visible. So
And it's
if I never had met you before, I wouldn't think, oh, hey man, what's going on?
well, most of the time they're not looking up, and they just catch me on the side of their eye. And then when they notice that I'm a woman, and not that I need big boobs to prove that, but if they notice that I'm a woman, I get people falling all over themselves. Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to. Like, being a woman is such a horrible thing. You know? I'm like,
Yeah, but well,
I think the
in that
focus is on
instance-
misgendering you.
yeah,
I think that. 'cause-
I guess it's.
Yeah, they're just trying to be.
But look, the Liz Fair,
Liz Fair, yes, go to
it's
Liz
in
Fair.
pink.
No, well, yeah, it is.
Well,
it's
Kenny
in
Lane's in
pink.
blue.
Okay.
Okay, a little bit of
With
offset
capital
over there.
letters, though.
Yeah. But you know what?
Please,
I would.
somebody call and
If
take
I
these
didn't
tickets
know-
off our hands so I can get the papers out of the hands of my co-hosts. When
However-
have I ever been the voice of sanity
We're
on
going to
this
start
show?
looking at punctuation next, y'all.
If I didn't know, I probably wouldn't misgender Kenny Lane.
Really?
Yeah.
Not now.
Yeah.
No.
Maybe.
Especially when she did that. You remember that famous magazine spread she did?
Yes.
With who was the model?
Cindy Crawford.
Cindy Crawford. I mean, she looked totally.
Not that I bought 10 copies of that or anything.
You know what I'm talking
Yeah, it was
about.
in Vanity Fair.
Yeah. It was a great spread. But she looked very much.
But here's my exact point. It shouldn't matter that she wants to be androgynous.
No, of course
And it
doesn't.
shouldn't matter that the choices are for her to go shopping are in the men's department or buy women's clothing that she doesn't feel comfortable in. I mean,
And it shouldn't be assumed that she wants to wear pink.
yes, thank you. I love Lerone right now.
We all love Lerone, and if you love Lerone, you can pledge to Lambda Weekly. The number here is 972-647-1893. That's 972-647-1893.
Where we have
God,
safe
Josh,
segues.
this is so tiring being the sane one on this show today.
You have legit worn David out.
It's exhausting,
This is
isn't
why
it?
y'all have me
exhausting.
on, isn't it?
It really is
love
exhausting. 972-647-1893. Give us a call and support community radio and the oldest, longest running, continuously running LGBT show in the U.S. We just passed last week our 35th anniversary.
Yes.
So 972-647-1893. Help us celebrate. And help us keep on the air for another year because, you know, I said at the beginning of the show, we're halfway to our goal, which is a good place to be at the first week of Pledge Drive. We haven't gotten calls this hour, so
Maybe that's my
the
fault.
phones just stopped ringing last hour, and we haven't been getting calls. So we do need to get the other half of go the other half of the way to our goal. 972-647-1893.
Please call. Otherwise, they won't have me back on. Which may, I don't know, maybe that's what you want. Call.
Yeah. All of our listeners are, and that is one of the things that we say, that you vote by, you vote which shows you want on by your pledges. If you do pledge online, and you can go to knon.org, do put down that you listen to Lambda Weekly or The Gay Show or whatever.
LW or, you know.
They'll get it.
Yeah, they'll figure it out.
That queer show.
There are some other...
the late Patti Fink show, whatever.
Yeah.
Some pledge premiums we haven't mentioned that I think are just really cool. One of my favorites is the beach towel. It is a huge towel. It's 5'2" inches in length. So you can use that towel.
5'2". It is blue.
Oh, that's cute.
What a beach towel
We're
could
just
do.
rhyming today. So that's and you can get that towel for $75. Of course, that's kind of used in summer weather. We're coming to the near end of summer, which I'm not complaining about. But you can use that towel for all kinds of things.
Year round.
Year round. And there's the next one, which I think is probably has become Patty's favorite one.
Oh, I
the
have.
tote bag.
I still, ode to the apron. But my big favorite is the Marketplace 13 by 18 canvas tote bag with the natural color with black trim, a very long handle, so you can sling it over your shoulder even when you're carrying like canned goods or dishwashing liquid, that kind of thing.
Do you know, I've gotten to the point where when I go to the supermarket, there's a supermarket next door to my building. But, it's a little bit of a walk.
Because you live in an appointment.
I live in an appointment. So, it's a little bit of a walk. Carrying shopping bags by hand hurts, especially, heavy. But you throw them over your shoulder. I can just walk home easily.
And this, the Knon tote bag is thick, sturdy canvas material.
Yeah.
I mean, it's gonna last.
Oh, mine, I've had, the first one I got when we started hawking those things 3-4 years ago, and they're still perfect condition.
Yeah.
I loved having them in the grocery store, and the biggest thing. Did you remember your bags? It's the biggest thing is when you carry in your groceries from your car is to take the bags back to your car, so that you have them, and that's the biggest.
I have enough of them by now that I start a stack, but I still have them in my car. 972-647-1893. That's 972-647-1893. That's the number to call. We're going to take a break. We'll be back with more Lambda Weekly after this.
Hi, this is Valletta Lil, and I listen to Lambda Weekly. I hope that you will too.
And this is Lambda Weekly, 972-647-1893. That's 972-647-1893. Give us a call. It is Pledge Drive.
So earlier we were talking about the White House, and the White House is always in the news every single day. But now we have a former fired White House staff member who's written a book, Ms. Omarosa.
Yeah, as they quit, they're each writing a book.
Yeah. So she claims that she has secret recordings that confirm that that 45 uses the N-word on a regular. I mean, that doesn't surprise me, but what do you all think about it? Because she has lost so much credibility.
She didn't have any.
I was gonna say.
She didn't have much credibility to begin with.
She's as much credibility as a Kardashian.
But it's like, okay, why did you go work for him in the first place?
Wait.
Now,
Let's mention Erin's comment. Who is the one person from the public that he's met in the White House? A Kardashian.
Right.
Okay, so...
And to give, I never thought I'd be giving the Kardashians any credit. She was able to convince Trump to pardon someone.
Sure.
Right. Wow.
So we're talking about the Kardashian, not the Omarosa.
Not the Omarosa,
Right.
Kardashian. Yeah. So anyway, what do you all think? I mean, does
Well,
it
get
even
this
matter?
though. One of the things I think actually does increase her credibility is she got a call from Laura Trump,
Yes.
who is another wife of one of the Trump boys, who's not divorcing him. Yet. And she got a call that said, "We don't want you to be saying those things. So we want to hire you." This is after she was fired from the White House. We want to offer you this handy little, nondescript little non-disclosure agreement. And in exchange for that non-disclosure agreement, we'll pay you $15,000 a month to be on the 2020 campaign, starting now. So this is just more grift. It's more, and she refused it.
She refused it.
So that, I think that gives her
All of a sudden, she has some stock
yeah,
A
exactly.
little bit.
for the first time.
But this White House pays people to be silent.
Okay.
They hush money right and left.
And I was thinking about that on the way in because I knew we were going to talk something about this. Okay, so we know what a sleaze Trump is, that he pays off porn stars who he's had sex with, that he pays off, prostitutes, whatever else that it is that he's paying off.
Omerosas, he tries to.
Okay, so how many elections ago was it? 2 or 3 that Edwards was running, John Edwards was running, and he was caught having an affair while his wife was undergoing breast cancer treatment. I think at that point more people were upset that it was while his wife was undergoing breast cancer treatment, but disqualified from running for president, right?
Right.
Okay, you go back a little bit further. Gary Hart was at 1988. He was caught having an affair, disqualified from running for president. He was the front runner at the time. Edwards wasn't the front runner, but he was up there. Go back a little bit before that. It was a thing in the 1980 election that Ronald Reagan was divorced and became the first divorced president of the United States.
How dare we?
How dare we? And where are our morals going? But it was a thing in that election. It was the major thing that they had against him.
Right.
Go back 4 years before that, Jimmy Carter was running, and he did an interview in Playboy magazine. Just the fact that he did an interview in Playboy magazine had people going nuts.
Where he lusted in
and
his
the
heart.
fact that, which is the number one thing you remember from that campaign, right? He lusted in his heart, and that was something that was seen that could disqualify this man from being president.
A scandalo.
Because the scandal was that, I've seen pictures and I've seen people, and I've felt attraction to them, is what he was saying. He never ever cheated on his wife.
No.
And yet that was going to disqualify. And then you have Trump. And it's okay. And the pastor of First Baptist Church is making excuses for him paying off porn stars that he's had sex with. I don't get it.
And, I grabbed her pussy. That
was okay.
That was okay. And he's had 5 kids by 3 baby mamas.
And has a wife who's a former, I don't know if you want to call her a porn star or a nude model, but yet they want to go off about
morality.
Michelle Obama is
her arms,
right. Well,
very nicely toned arms.
Her arms, right? Her arms.
Yeah. Someone said, "Hey, you have Michelle Obama arms."
That's a compliment.
Huge compliment.
Okay, here I am on my feminist stool again. They should both have that right, and we shouldn't be shaming Melania for what she did. But you don't have the double standard of accusing other people.
Yeah, I'm not shaming her work choices.
Right.
Not at all.
We're just comparing. If you don't like Michelle Obama's arms,
right.
What about the nude pictures of Melania?
Her whole body.
Yeah.
Him on tape saying the things he said, much less his actions in real life, should be enough to put him in jail, much less defended by the religious right. And I was telling Patti this the other day. Everybody that still associates with him or defends him has made the conscious decision that to remain in power, they will sell out their morals.
And their souls.
And their souls. And there is no equivocation here. You are no longer the moral high ground, and I don't know why anyone listens to you.
Here's the other one that I love that came out this week. Melania Trump's parents became U.S. citizens through a process that is called chain migration that Trump has been railing against since he was a candidate. And there has been video of him time after time after time at his rallies. Chain migration, we're going to do away with it. Why didn't that immigration judge say, the reason that you're applying is through your daughter, and the President of the United States has talked against chain migration. I'm sorry, I'm going to have to deny this application because I'm listening to my president. Why didn't a judge do that?
Because it's still the law that you can, and it's immediate family members.
It would have been applied. It would have been appealed, and it would have been...
But what he is doing when he talks about chain migration is what he does when he talks about any issue that, one, he doesn't know anything about, and two, he's using to throw red meat to his most rabid supporters. Is he's saying, and we'll bring in, the third cousin and the aunt and uncle twice removed and all. And none of that is true. The law as it stands right now is immediate family members only, period, the end. And he's using it like it's this big wide door swinging open. Well,
here's the guy at Mar-a-Lago who put in for 70 work visas for immigrants to come here and work for him because no one else would do the jobs. Hello? You know, this is the guy it's okay for me to do it, but it's not for other businesses and other employers.
And I'm just guessing, but those visas were all approved.
Probably,
yeah.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I mean the hypocrisy, the double standard
The
abounds.
emoluments clause, all of that.
Bounds in this presidency.
So going back to, I want to go back to Omarosa's book and this claim that she has these recordings. If they're ever released, she doesn't personally have them. She knows someone who does, as she claims. What do you think will happen? I don't think anything.
I think Pastor Jeffress will come out and talk about how we need to support our president.
And how that word's used in the Bible, even though it's not.
Even though it's not.
I think the Bible says that we need to support Donald Trump, and so therefore we do. That's what's going to happen. Yeah. We've had recordings. We had that recording 2 weeks before the election of him on that campaign bus. Mm-hmm. How did he get elected? How did that not turn off
Locker room talk.
No, it's la talk.
Yeah.
Because they put their hands over their ears and just la.
Because there's enough guys that have talked like that, that in order to defend their own egregious behavior have to support someone else's. And that's what happened. I mean, frankly, what I don't understand is how any woman after hearing that tape could vote for him.
I know.
But Omarosa's kind of lost some credibility with this tape. She, in the book, very clearly says she was told about the tape and what it said. And then in an interview with NPR, I think on Friday, she said that she has actually heard the tape. So she's contradicting herself. So I don't know if she's convinced herself that she's heard it because she heard about it.
Or maybe heard it since.
Or maybe has heard it since. I don't know. But that needs to be cleared up first about how truthful her accounting of the tape is, too. So,
but there's a tape out there this morning that has John Kelly firing her. And you can listen to it. So there's a lot of tapes up there at 1600. There's a lot of taping going on.
One other president had a lot of tapes.
Has been since the Nixon administration. Didn't work out so well for them either.
What was his name?
But the thing is, when Nixon was president, we had Congress people like Barbara Jordan who just weren't going to stand for that kind of behavior. Where are the Congress people now who won't stand for that kind of behavior?
They've convinced themselves that putting up with this kind of behavior is worth getting legislation passed.
We have Maxine Waters who won't stand for it.
Yeah. We do have her
in the minority.
You're right.
Which is why this.
Yeah. And I'm just so disappointed that she doesn't get more support from her own party.
What I don't understand is why there's not more people on his party not standing for it. That's the big rub for me.
And with Watergate, that was the thing.
Yes.
Republicans said, okay, line crossed.
It's either legal or not legal. It's either crossed or not crossed. And a slap on the wrist and, don't do it again is not going to work. If he's breaking the law, if he is going against everything that you said you believed in when you got elected, I don't care what party you're with. Why are you not saying something? And it can't just be us versus them. It's got to be the institution has to be protected at some point. And I know that's a lofty statement and people tuning me out right now. But if you believe in the institution that you were elected to be a part of, why are you not defending it?
And the legislative branch doesn't even see themselves as an equal anymore.
Right.
They don't see themselves as an equal to the executive branch, which is the president, and equal to the courts. And that's what bothers me is that they've debased and demeaned the institution by taking this oath, ignoring the oath, not standing up when things are wrong, not challenging the executive branch, not challenging the judicial branch in any way. And what are we left with? We're moving our way toward tyranny.
Last week I spoke to Stephen Kirkland, who's running for Texas State Supreme Court, and he has a list of issues that he's concerned with and things that the Supreme Court of Texas has found. One of them is in education. Do you know why? Every legislative candidate comes in and says education's my number one issue. We're not funding it. The Texas Constitution says that the legislature has to adequately fund public education. And the Supreme Court ruled, I forgot when it was, last year, year before, that they don't have a say in legislation. Well, yes, you do. You can have a say to tell the legislature, do your job and adequately fund public education fairly and equitably, I think is the wording in the Constitution. But they do have to fund it. Again, just like you're saying, the legislature doesn't feel like they're equal to the executive branch. Well, in Texas, the legislative or the judicial branch is feeling like the legislature, you're doing our bidding by not funding it because they're all the same party, and not ordering them to do their job. They are co-equal branches, statewide and federally.
And they're certainly not behaving like it.
Supposed to be, yeah.
Speaking of being co-equals, all of our shows here on KNON are co-equal. And we all support each other. And when I say that, Rick, who's on the gospel show just before the Jewish Music Hour, he and I, good friends, always chat. They never say anything anti-gay on their show. We don't say anything anti his beliefs either, because we all support each other. Because when you're comment about the radical right, that's not the gospel programming that we have on this station. We have the kind that actually believes that we're all neighbors and should care for each other. We should all care for each other.
But one of the things we're equal in, we must equally do our part to support the station. And that's what Pledge Drive is all about, is supporting KNON. So give us a call, give us a pledge. $5 pledge is great. A $10 pledge, you want to do a draft monthly on your bank account, you want to put it on a credit card, we are able to handle that. We have pledge premiums up and down. You can go on knon.org and look at them. You can pledge right from there. You can give us a call at 972-647-1893.
That's 972-647-1893. Give us a call. We have 2 sets of tickets.
Yes.
One is for
Katie Lang, and I forgot to mention she's going to be playing at the McFarland Auditorium. That's at SMU.
Oh, so it'll be a real intimate concert.
Yeah, very.
But those tickets aren't going to be cheap.
No, they're not. And I'm sure they're going to go quick. So give us a call at 972-647-1893.
That's for a $500 pledge, which also gets you in to every other KNON event through the year. And that's, I don't know how much that's even worth. How do you value a dinner and 2 tickets for all kinds of
40-something events through a whole year?
Normally, event tickets to a KNON event are what, $40, $50 each, something like that. So $100 4 times you make your money because you get dinner with every event. 972-647-1893. We also have tickets to
Liz Fair with Speedy Ortiz at the Granada on Friday, September 28th. So you have time to find a date if you don't have a date handy. Doors open at 8, shows at 9. We have a pair of tickets for a $60 pledge, or for a $90 pledge you get a pair of tickets and a hat, a t-shirt, or an apron.
972-647-1893. Josh's are on the phone, so hold off just a second to call, but we'll be still here in the studio.
Oh, still call.
Just call.
Okay, you'll get over there on that side.
Don't listen to David.
647-1893. I'll answer.
Oh, okay, good.
Call.
Yeah, sometimes I don't think about that. Yeah, we are people. We know how to answer phones. 972-647-1893. Help us get way past halfway to our goal. We're on the phone. We're taking a pledge right now, and we could use a couple of others. And how can the hypocritical right hate on racists and Christians? We'll get that question from
David
Josh
has
after he's off the
Tourette's,
phone.
so call 972-647-1893 and you can get any of our regular pledge premiums. You can get a 35-year anniversary T-shirt of gender of your choice.
And this is the 35th anniversary of Lambda Weekly as well as the station.
Oh, that's true. We were one of the first shows.
We were on the first weekend the station was on the air, and they haven't been able to get rid of us.
It makes us the oldest, longest-running LGBT radio show still on the air.
Continuously running.
Because people pledge, so we need you to call and pledge.
There's that one show out in L.A. that's been on longer, or it started before we did, but it has not been continuous.
Right.
There's a hiatus. There's a show in Houston that started near us, but it was after. There's a show up in Philadelphia that started earlier, but is not on any longer. 972-647-1893. That's 972-647-1893. And we'll be back next week with more Lambda Weekly. And I'm turning on the ending music, and
But you're on.
we'll be back next week.
Yes.